What is it that makes a game a deluxe edition, or maybe an ultimate edition, a definitive edition, or even a collector's edition? I'm not quite sure, but in this video, we're gonna dive deep into these 4 games and talk about why I think these are either the special edition of this game, or if they just did it in order to make more money. So many publishers have games out on the market, and they're always trying to market their game as best as possible in order to sell them. And that ultimately ends up being named some ridiculous things that are over the top, or maybe the worst, most epic, or whatever it is to cause the consumer to buy that game. And so in this video, we're gonna kind of talk about it. I found 4 Nintendo Switch games that I had in my collection. They kind of run off of this idea, and I wanted to kind of break them down and let you know what I thought about each one of these games and whether or not they really earned the name of whatever edition they actually are. First off, let's go ahead and talk about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which, if you know by the name, it has the Ultimate or the Ultimate Edition, and that makes you wonder, is this the end-all be-all for Super Smash Bros? I don't know about that, but would the title Ultimate fit on this game? I think it does, and here's why. Now, whenever a game normally is named Ultimate or something like that, it kind of is just a superficial name, but I don't think that's the case with this game. It has over 70 different characters and over 100 different stages, and that, I think, is why this game is deemed the Ultimate, and also literally all of the characters from every game before it are on here, and even the stages. So if you remember that one stage that you love to play in Melee, or the 64 version, or the Wii version, it's probably on here. And if it's not, it probably will be. But let's be honest, I think all of them are on here already. Same goes with the characters. Also, this game is always getting updated. Still to this day, they have release packs of DLC characters that bring you new characters with new moves every few months or whatever the season passes. I don't pay too much attention to it, but that makes me think that this game is the ultimate. Like, this is where games combine together and you get something ultimate like this, which I love this game, and I think it is totally awesome the way it is. And so when I see Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I'm not concerned about it or anything like that. I truly think this is the ultimate version of Super Smash Bros. I don't think there is a better version, and I think that's why this has earned the title. I also think that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe falls within the same category as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you owned a Wii U back in the day, or still to this day like I do, you probably owned Mario Kart 8. It was a ton of fun. I absolutely loved it. And I had it for a long time on the system. I played it forever, and it really was amazing. But what makes this game deluxe is that it actually includes all new DLC and all the DLC from the earlier game. So whenever someone says deluxe, it makes me think of like what the game was when it released, plus all the DLC, and that's exactly what you get in this game. Some of those maps that were on the Wii U that I never bought because they cost money because it was a DLC, when I bought this game, they were already included. I didn't have to worry about that. So for me, it was almost like new maps being added to it. And I know other people had played it, but for me, I was too cheap to buy the DLC, to be honest. So I saw this game, I knew I had to have it. It was on the Switch. I love the Switch, and it's Mario Kart 8. So I think this is named Deluxe aptly, and it's really warranted, to be honest with me at least. I think this game is well worth it. These next 2 games, I'm a little bit concerned on their name, and I'll explain why. First off is Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. Now, I've talked about this game on the channel forever ago when this released with the Switch, when it just had dropped, and I actually liked this game, but the name Rayman Legends kind of makes you think this is going to be a legendary game, or maybe a game that is taken back from the old Rayman games and brought it to the new, and it's just all of that. But when you think of Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, you're kind of like, okay, this is the end-all be-all, but why would there be a Legends and then an end-all be-all? It just kind of doesn't make sense to me. So I did play this. I did really enjoy it. I played Rayman back in the day in like the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s. I don't remember. It was that long ago. But as a kid, and I really enjoyed it. But they released the Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, and really it didn't seem like it came with much more than the other version, which was just Rayman Legends. So would I have picked this up solely on the fact that it was named Definitive Edition? No, probably not. I don't think it would have been worth it, but it was a Rayman Legends game that I hadn't played before, and it was on the Nintendo Switch, so I had to buy it. So did they take a kind of a bold marketing move by calling this the Definitive Edition in order to sell more copies? Because maybe everyone who had bought the game everybody who wanted the game had already bought the game, and they're trying to sell it to the Switch market. I'm not 100% sure, but that's probably why it became the Definitive Edition. If you know otherwise, let me know in the comments, I guess, but I wouldn't call this the Definitive Edition. Last but not least is Rocket League, the Collector's Edition. Now, could I tell you why this is the Collector's Edition? To be honest, no, I can't. But I looked on the back and figured it out. It does have some extra DLC, and it looks like 4 additional battle cars. Oh, and it has new content featuring the Flash, whatever that means. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. I've played this game, and I've played the normal Rocket League, and I don't know the difference other than the DLC, so maybe that's what makes it the Collector's Edition. But to be honest, I really don't use DLC packs for Rocket League, so it's just like different skins and whatnot, so I don't know if I would call this the Collector's Edition. I don't know anyone who is just going out there and saying, ooh, that's the Rocket League Collector's Edition, I'm gonna collect it. I just don't see that happening. So I definitely feel like this was a kind of a cash grab at this point. Rocket League had been out on every other console for a while now, and when this released, I feel like they were like, okay, it's coming to the Switch, let's see if we can tell people this is the Collector's Edition and get some more money out of it. So I think I will still say I love playing Rocket League still to this day. I play it quite regularly, actually, just not on the Switch, and I don't think this is worth it. I don't think this is the Collector's Edition. If you're gonna pick up this game, maybe don't pick it up on the Nintendo Switch. Play it on Xbox One, Xbox Series, whatever you want to play it on, maybe a console or a PC. I just don't play it on my Nintendo Switch. I thought it would be a cool idea at first, but to be honest, I don't like dealing with lag and all that, and it seems to happen more on my Switch than it does on my Xbox One X. So what do you think about these games? Are all of these games named aptly, or did some of them fall flat on their face and other ones were named really good? Comment down below and let me know. Do you often pick up kind of games like this? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what the game is. Now, all of these games are Nintendo Switch like exclusives, at least for kind of the name of them. Some of them are actual Nintendo Switch exclusives, and then other ones like Rayman Definitive Edition, I think it was only named on the Switch. I don't know, but I had them on the Switch, so bear with me there. But what do you guys think of this? Was this an interesting video? Did you enjoy it? Comment down below and let me know. That's all I've got for you. I thought this would be an interesting video to make and talk about and see kind of how companies name games differently based on what they perceive the game as. But that's really all I got. Peace.